video will demonstrate how to prepare the air-dried and freeze-dried apple leather. Here is the equipment you will need. Only treatment 2 is demonstrated in this video. Tare the top loading balance with the large bowl and weigh around 1000 grams of apples. You do not have to remove any parts of the apples when cutting them. Add the apples into the food processor. Then add the appropriate volume of solution. Please refer to the lab manual for the treatment assigned to your group. In this case, we add 4 ml of 1% ascorbic acid. Blend the apples until the apple puree is formed. If your treatment includes blanching, place the apple puree into the polypropylene bag. Heat seal, and then blanch it in boiling water for 3 minutes. Cool the blanched apple puree on an ice bath. Collect 2 Vaughan tubes full of apple puree. Label clearly with your treatment number and your group number and submit to your TA. Cut 2 pieces of parchment paper into a size that fits nicely into the baking pan provided. Line each pan with the parchment paper and record the weight. Then tare the balance and weigh the appropriate amount of apple puree into the pan, 250 grams each for freeze drying and 350 grams each for air drying. You should label both pans using the masking tapes provided with your treatment number, your group number, and the pan number. Spread the apple puree into an even layer using the spreader. For air drying, the pan with apple puree will be placed on a rack in the air dryer. The air dryer will be set to 110 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 hours. For freeze drying, the pan with apple puree will be covered using aluminum foil. Then quickly freeze in a negative 80 degrees Celsius freezer for 1 hour. When the apple puree is frozen, remove the pan from the freezer. Quickly poke some holes on the aluminum foil so the water can escape during the freeze-drying process. The pan will then be placed into the rack in the freeze dryer to dry overnight. When the apple puree is dried to form apple leathers, record the weight of the dried apple leather with the pan. Transfer the apple leathers into a polypropylene bag, heat seal, and label clearly with your treatment number, group number, and drying method before submitting to your TA. Wash all the equipment carefully and leave dry on the bench.